Hey there, and welcome. If you're a carpenter or a woodworker, you know your workshop is packed with some seriously powerful tools. But today, we're going to talk about a different kind of tool. It's not made of steel, it doesn't have a carbide tip. But you know what? It might just be the most powerful one you have for growing your business. We're talking about telling a great story.
So let me just ask you this. You finish a project, right? The craftsmanship is absolutely perfect. The client couldn't be happier. But then what happens? Does that masterpiece, that really clever solution you were so proud of, just disappear? Does it become invisible to all your future customers? Well, if you feel like your best work just isn't being seen, you are in the right place. For years, for generations even, a good reputation and simple word of mouth, that was the gold standard. But the world has changed, and that means the way customers find people like you has totally changed right along with it. It used to be pretty simple. You did great work, and your clients told their friends. And hey, that still happens, and that's awesome. But take a look at the column on the right. Today's customer, they go online first. They're searching, they're browsing websites, they're looking at photos, and they are comparing all their options before they even think about picking up the phone. So if you're only relying on referrals, you're basically invisible to this massive group of potential clients. Okay, so how do you stand out in that super crowded online space? How do you actually connect with someone who's just scrolling through a bunch of search results? Well, the answer is your secret weapon, storytelling. Now, when we say storytelling, let's be super clear. We are not talking about making stuff up. This is all about being authentic. It's about taking a potential client behind the scenes, showing them the care you put into your work, the actual problems you solve, and the incredible results you deliver. It's the difference between just listing your services and truly showing what you're worth. And here's the real reason this is so incredibly powerful. Your clients, they aren't just buying custom cabinets or a new deck. They are investing in an outcome. They're dreaming of a more organized kitchen that they actually love to cook in. They want that beautiful outdoor space to make memories with their family. A story, that's the bridge that connects your service to the outcome they're dreaming of. So let's get practical. How do you actually turn a completed job into a compelling story that brings in new clients? It's actually a lot simpler than you might think. This right here, this is what we see on websites all the time. Just a simple list of services. Custom kitchen cabinets. I mean, it's accurate, but it's totally lifeless, isn't it? It's like raw lumber. It tells people what you do, but it doesn't give them any reason why they should choose you to do it. Now look at this. This is a game changer. This isn't just a service anymore. It's a solution. It has a person, the client. It has a place, Sydney. It has a problem, a small kitchen with no storage. And it has a happy ending, a space they now love. See the difference? One is just a line on a list. The other is a story a potential client can actually see themselves in. And you can use this simple 4-step formula for any project you do, starting literally today. First, show the before and after, not just in pictures, but in your words. Second, frame the whole job around the client's problem and how your skills solved it. Third, use great photos or video. This is non-negotiable. And last, just keep your language simple and direct. No jargon, just tell a clear, honest story. But this isn't just a short-term trick to win the next job. Oh no, when you really start using a storytelling approach, you start building some powerful long-term benefits for your entire business. The biggest benefit of all is trust. Think about it. When a potential client reads about a real project you finished, they get a feel for your process, for your professionalism. It just makes them feel confident. And let's be honest, people remember stories way, way better than they remember a bulleted list of services. You become more memorable than your competition. And there's another amazing benefit, a more technical one, search engine optimization, or SEO. When you write a story about a project, you naturally end up using the exact phrases people are typing into Google, like custom carpentry in London. This helps search engines show your website to the right local customers, which brings you better clients, basically for free, without having to spend a fortune on ads. All right, let's bring this all home by tackling a few key questions that we hear all the time, because this is a real, practical strategy any carpentry business can start using right away. First up, the big one. Does this stuff actually translate into more work? The answer is a huge yes, absolutely. Because it does all the hard work of building trust and showing your value before you even speak to a potential client. By the time they pick up the phone, they're already feeling pretty confident that you're the right person for their job. Okay, but what if you're a small operation, maybe a one-person show? Is this really for you? Not only is it useful, it's actually one of your biggest advantages. Storytelling completely levels the playing field. It lets you connect with customers on a human level and stand out from bigger, more generic companies based on your unique skill and your ability to solve problems. And finally, let's bring it right back to the beginning. What are the best kinds of stories to tell? The most powerful stories are always about transformation. All you have to do is show the before, that specific problem the client was dealing with, and then contrast it with the incredible after that you created. That simple formula, problem, solution, result, that's the heart of every single great project story. So, as you head back to the workshop or out to the job site, I want you to start thinking about your current projects through this new lens. Don't just see a set of plans or a pile of wood. See the story that's just waiting to be told. So the real question is, what story will your next project tell?